Hi everybody, it's Jenelle Kent from Pieces to Treasure, and today I'm going to show you how to back a table runner made with toweling. Now, you don't have to put a back on your table runner, but if you've done some beautiful applique on your table runner, then you're going to have little stitches and things like that on the back. You're going to want to cover that up, so you need to put a backing on it. Or maybe you just want to add a little bit of extra body to the table runner. So putting a back on it is a really good idea and your table runner will last a little bit longer. So let's have a look at this table runner. This one is just a length of toweling and I've decided to back it in a contrast cotton print. So I'm going to show you the instructions now for how to back a table runner using standard quilted cotton. One thing I like to do is put a little bit of fusible interfacing into my table runner. That just gives your runner some more body and it will sit flatter on the table. Now, if you want your table runner to be a little padded, you could use a fusible batting, or you can even just use a piece of quilt batting. Being fusible means you don't have to quilt it too much, and with a table runner, you don't need to do a lot of quilting, which is why I use fusible batting or fusible interfacing. So you're going to cut your fabric for the back of your table runner the same length as your table runner, but you're going to cut it wider because your toweling is already hemmed, but you want your fabric to be wider because you need to tuck these edges under so it's nice and smooth on the edges. So measure the length of your table runner, cut a length of fabric, make sure it's 2 inches wider, and then fuse your interfacing or your batting onto the back side of your backing fabric. Now, the reason I put it on the backing is sometimes when you're working with interfacing, you get a really annoying crease or something goes a little awry. If you do that on the top side, you might see it when you're looking at it. So if you have it on the backing, you're not going to know. So I've got my interfacing on here, and then I put my toweling and my backing fabric right sides together, just like you're doing a normal seam. And then using the walking foot on my sewing machine, if you've got a dual feed, you don't need to worry about that. We're going to sew across both ends with a 1/2 inch seam. You're going to do a back stitch at the beginning and the end. So you've got right sides together, a seam on each short end, and you're centered up your fabric so you have 1 inch of fabric sticking out both sides. Once you've done that, you're going to turn it the right way out and lay your runner out. Take it to the ironing board and press so your seam is right along the edge. Now, when I'm pressing, the first thing I do is I put my seam like that and I push it one way. And that gets your seam nice and flat on the edge. If you try and roll it and get it on the edge to start with, you often end up with a little tuck in there and you don't want that. So press it flat like that first, nice flat press, and you'll find it so much easier to iron that edge nice and flat. So we've got both our edges pressed and we've got this extra backing fabric sticking out the side. Then you go along and you fold the edges in, use your iron, tuck it over the seam here so that raw edge is hidden, and you're going to fold it so it's level with the edges of your toweling fabric all the way along, just like that. And this is where I use my binding clips and I clip it together like that. I tend to find it's easier to use clips than pins, and it holds it nice and steady. And having them 6 inches apart is plenty. So you've clipped that all the way down there. And the only thing you then have to do is you just slip stitch the sides together all the way down, and then your table runner is backed. If you wish, you can add a few lines of quilting once you've done, and what I tend to do on a runner is sew along the existing woven stripes that are on the towels, and that's enough to hold it together. So that's how you back a table runner with fabric. Let's have a look at backing a table runner with toweling. Now we're going to back our toweling table runner with another piece of toweling. Why would I do that, you ask? Well, it gives me a reversible table runner. If I'm sick of looking at this side, I can flip it over for this side. So you kind of get 2 for 1, if you like. So let's learn how to back a table runner using another length of motor toweling. So you've finished all the applique or piecing or whatever you're putting on the front of your runner. It's all ready. You've put the ends on if you're going to put contrasting ends on. Everything's done for the top. Then you're going to cut another length of toweling, and you might as well choose a different one so you're getting 2 runners for 1, and you cut it exactly the same length as your table runner. And you're going to lay them right sides together, just like that. Put interfacing on the wrong side of the one you've chosen for the back. Fusible interfacing, right sides together, and do a 1/2 inch seam along both ends. Finish and start with a back stitch because there's no over sewing going on there. You want it to be nice and sturdy. Once you've done that short end hem, you're going to turn it through to the right side and press your seams so it's on the edge. Once again, iron it flat first, and then you'll find it's very easy to get your seam on the edge. Give it a good steam, make it nice and flat. Now looky here. We have no edges hanging out the side because our towelings are both exactly the same width. So it's all lined up, ready for you now. So you just go along and use your binding clips to clip your edges together, just like that, all the way down. Now, sometimes you get the edges sometimes a little bit wavy, and that's part of the process of the hemming having been done on the table runner. Sometimes it stretches a little bit. I use a steam iron and I lift my iron up and down just like that so I don't stretch it any further, and you'll find that the steam shrinks that in enough and makes them fit absolutely perfectly. Once that's done, you've clipped it like this. You're going to thread up a needle, a hand needle. In this case, I'm going to use an off-white thread because I've got off-white toweling, and I'm going to slip stitch those edges together all the way down the side. And then my table runner is backed, and I would finish it up with a couple of lines of stitching either side of my stripe to quilt it and hold the layers together, and your table runner is finished. Happy sewing.